Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to yet another episode of Luis el Apóstol Feliz. Oh, Fulano Productions. And today I'm going to be talking about. and today I'm going to be talking about um, the trip to El Momaxense. And before I begin, I want to let you guys know that this is going to be a two-part video. And so, in part one, I'm going to be talking about, you know, finding parking and basically finding a spot to sit because y'all, it was a pain in the fulano to find parking and to find seating because it was crowded. And then in part two, and then in part two, I will be talking about the the food, the live music. Part of the allergies, man. And so and so I will be talking about those things in part two. So let's start with part one. For those of you guys who don't know what El Momaxense is, it is it is a food fair slash fundraiser that you know Club Momax is trying to raise funds to do to do some building. Like they're still working on the church and therefore they need funds. So you know each booth has like enchiladas, gorditas, and the list goes on. And so and so what I really loved about this trip was the fact that I got to enjoy myself tenfold. And and in part and also what I do love was getting together as a family. And so that's what El Momaxense really is. And so finding parking, like I said in the beginning, in the intro, is a pain in the fulano. Excuse me. And so it was there was really no parking spaces at all. And I mean it because there really was absolutely no parking whatsoever. And that's one of the sore spots about a big event like this where hundreds of people gather to celebrate this event. And so that's what I really loved. And then to find a spot to sit, you know there was someone who was talking, and they were giving away a Coach purse for ladies. And man, we did not even win that. And so and so finding a spot to sit was a challenge. And excuse me. And so that was one thing that I really did not like, because of the fact that finding a spot was a pain in the fulano. And so that's one thing I really did not like. But they could have said in advance, we're gonna have X amount of people, and so that you guys can bring your own chairs. If you guys can bring your own chairs, because there is gonna be a lot of people, and so that explains a lot with the lack of parking. And so that's one of the drawbacks, was finding a parking spot, a place to park, and finding a place to sit. And so that was very annoying. And then sitting down, and then we sat at where one of the metal roofs is, and the ranch was huge. The ranch was very, very, very huge, and that's what I really loved about it, was that it could fit a lot of people. And so, but the live music, it was beautiful. It was just insanely loud. And so that was really amazing. And so, there were a lot of people. There was tables galore. And so that's what I really loved about this trip. And so now, with all that negative stuff, the weather was just muggy like a son of a fulano. Because let me tell you guys, we had moisture from Tropical Storm Alvin, and it was just muggy. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Excuse me. And so that was one thing that really got me disappointed. But the food, the live music, oh my gosh, that was beautiful. And so after we got settled in, listening to the live music, there was just a lot of people. And part 2, I'm going to talk about the dancing horses, and the band, which was, oh my gosh, that was beautiful. That was just beautiful. And so that's what I really loved about it yesterday. And so stay tuned for part 2, in which I'm going to be talking about the live music, the dancing horses, and I'm also going to talk about the raffles the giveaways, and yeah. And so hope you guys really enjoyed part one. Y'all stay tuned for part two.